Ladies and gentlemen, I'm yours truly, the legend himself, Labzy, aka the best motherfucker you ever met in the history of your life, and I can prove it to you even though I shouldn't. The most loyal, the most honest, and the most respected. We are in September, and man, it's gonna be a busy one because, as obviously some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, that I'll be going to Egypt in October. So I'm trying to get all these interviews in. Also, I've got a lot of events happening as well. So, man, it's gonna be a busy one. It really is. And what a way to start off September with one of the talents in Melbourne, one of the really great dancers that I've seen. And I saw this man dancing at the one of the Donkey Man Records events, and this man was popping off. So was Kylo the King. Shout out to Kylo the King. And this man, he's just such an amazing soul as well, and such an amazing father. And we're gonna be talking to him as well. And yeah, so such a great soul. And well, I really want to introduce you to this amazing guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Bayza Leslie. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Man, I'm on top of the moon right now.
Damn straight.
I'm damn on top of the moon, bro. But how are you, brother? How's your mental health?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. As someone with like a few mental health conditions myself, my mental health can vary no matter how good my day is. Sometimes I can just go into a downward spiral even if I don't want to.
Yeah,
But
okay.
right now we're on a pretty good high.
No, I love it. I mean, you should be because obviously you had your birthday yesterday. So happy
Yes, sir.
birthday for
Thank you.
yesterday, man.
Thank you.
So did you celebrate it all? Like, are you the type of person that like full goes all out when it comes to birthday celebrations, or do you feel like you're the one that's you just like, nah, it's just another day, but I'm blessed with what I've got.
So I used to be the type of dude that would like take a sabbatical and like completely isolate for my birthday and be like, no, I'm just gonna do everything by myself, have a mental health day. Now I'm more pushing for like a social interaction, even if it's not like a big birthday party or anything like that. Just like yeah, I'll let everyone know that it's my birthday coming up, and then whatever happens, happens. I like we did pizza and birthday cake last night with just people in my household. But yeah, otherwise I don't make a big deal out about it. But I definitely let people know that hey, it's my fucking birthday.
Yeah, yeah, nice. I mean, because a lot of because I know a lot of people that full on go hard when it comes to like birthdays, when like they full like a
Mm,
whole reception, and all the
no.
those little arch thing with the balloons and stuff like that, and
We do that. So my wife and I do that with our kids.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. For like our birthdays, it's a bit different for us. Kids, 100% go all out. They deserve it.
yeah, that's true as well, and but yeah, it is interesting, but no, like, yeah, well, thank you for for sharing that thought with that one,
That's all right.
and now, talk to me about music. So, how
Mm.
did you get into music? What was the inspiration for you to start on the music journey?
So, as you were saying before, I started with dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, actually paid attention to some of the stuff I was listening to, and been like, what is this? And like listening to the way people were stringing words together. But to begin with, I wanted to be an R&B singer. I wanted to be a Chris Brown. I wanted to be a Justin Timberlake, Usher, any of those dudes. I wanted to be like that. But it wasn't until I was about 11 and I watched Scary Movie. I love telling this story. I tell this story all the time.
Mm.
After the movie finished and the credits start rolling, you hear a fantastic song from an amazing duo called Bad Meets Evil. And You get Royce the 5'9" coming in after the boom, 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 and he's like, "Yo, I'm one of them pretty rappers, but if I really have to, I will smack. Yo, came to Detroit, who they naming the city after." And then so as soon as I heard that, I was like, "What is this I'm listening to? What is this?" And then I had one of my good friends. His name's Isaac. He got me into it, and he was just like, "This is what we're doing." He
Mm.
laid it out for me. He taught me like what rhymes were in outside of just a normal poetic way, like an actual rap way of stringing words together. And then I became the nerd that I am today.
Okay, nice. So I mean, when you say you wanted to be like the Chris Brown and the Justin Timberlake, are you talking about like singing and dancing at the same time? So was that
100%. 100%.
okay?
Because I was already breakdancing at that point. Like, I was doing that from very young age.
Hmm.
And then I was writing bad anime intros.
Okay.
Yeah,
But what do you mean? Hang on. What do you mean by bad anime intros? What do you mean?
because I was terrible at that point. Yeah, I
Okay.
was bad. I was bad. I love anime intros, but I was just a 7-year-old kid trying to write anime intros.
Okay. All right. Nice. So were you? Because you said you were writing. Were you big into poetry and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, so I always have been. So like when I was in grade 6 and year 7, I wrote chapter books at that time too. So like
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I've always been into like writing. I tried writing a few scripts back in the day as well. I'm not too bad at it. You read one of mine for a music
Hmm.
video that we're still planning on doing at some point. But yeah, so like I've been doing that since I was a kid and always doing poetry to an extent. But yeah, I just like telling a story.
Yeah. And what is it about stories that you want to tell the world? What is it about
Mm.
stories that you want to share with the world? Like why? What inspired storytelling for you?
It was so a lot of what inspired the storytelling was like the way movies and TV series like paint the picture of what someone is going through. And so when I found that hip hop did that a lot too, so like with what's his name, Dance with the Devil, Immortal Technique.
More
And so
techniques, yes.
yeah, so I was listening to a lot of Immortal Technique, listening to the storytelling there, Royce the 5'9" as well with his song Part of Me. Nas with a lot of his storytelling stuff too. Eminem did a lot of storytelling, and so I latched onto that because I was like, cool, okay. It doesn't have to just be my story that I can tell. I can tell anyone's story that I've been a part of. And so with storytelling for me now and why it's important is some people don't have the voice to get their story out there. Whereas someone like me definitely has the voice to be able to get their stories out there. And so like kind of what Joyner Lucas does these days. And so, like, for example, his first song that I heard from him was Ross Cappuccioni, and so it was about the two perspectives of the guy, and it's a true story. The guy that got shot by one of his high school friends, and he painted the picture of both sides of the story. And so, obviously, Ross is someone that wouldn't have been able to tell his own story besides what was portrayed in the media because there was a police report, everything else. Whereas Joyner took the story and went, I'm going to tell the world your story. So that way this becomes more aware for people and people know that this shit happens.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. And so when it comes to doing this music and obviously doing dancing and stuff like that, for the people that don't know, did you ever have support from family? Did you like you and if not, how do you work around that? Like how do because I know there's a lot of family members who don't really like they do support their child, but they don't
Mm,
support their child because they support them in a way that they're not doing any criminal activity shit, but they don't support it because it just feels like it's not a real job, that whole toxic bullshit.
mm.
What was that like for you?
I kind of had the blessing of the this is what you were like. I always got told that it was what I was born to do, which was detrimental in itself as well, because I was also too busy chasing music that I didn't think that there was anything outside of that that I could do. And so, like, well, just arts in general, like whether it was painting, drawing, performing music, creating music, um, all of the artsy stuff I do, which is a lot of stuff.
Mm.
But I've always had the support from basically everyone, even like my in-laws mostly supported as well, and they're just like, yeah, cool, as long as you can like bring something to the table. And I've been able to somewhat do that for throughout my music career as well, at least bring a little bit of money in. But yeah, I've always, so like my mum paid for my first recording session when I was I 14, 15?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so me and my cousin did a 16 song mixtape back in the day. I've still got it. Still got it.
Okay.
It's not bad. I
It's
was
not bad.
I was 14, 15, but like
Yeah. To be
the
fair, yeah, of course.
the lyricism is pretty great. The accent I was using back then is questionable. But yeah, so I've always had the support from everyone. Like my granny, before she passed away, bought me a bunch of music equipment to be able to do it from home as well. When I was 16, turning 17,
Wow.
I was I wasn't living in a house too much at that period of time, but it was like, here's the equipment for you to go get your stuff whenever you can. So I held on to it. I've still got my first microphone and my first audio interface. I don't think I'll ever let go of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always had support from family to an extent. Like it's always whether it's financial support or anything like that, they share my music every now and then. They come to my shows. Yeah, so it's not
Okay.
an all the time support, because there was a period of time where it was go get a normal job.
Yeah.
But it was mostly like, this is what you should be doing with your life.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's what always, like, as much as, again, like I was saying, I know as much as, parents and family, they want you at a safe place, they want you at a nice job, blah 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 blah. But
Mm.
then, we've all gotten sucked into the matrix of, the rat race, and just do what everyone else does and stuff like that. But
100%.
we've
And
always we've always had that. We've always heard that those stories of people that have $1 million in their bank accounts, and they're all miserable, and or they have $1 million worth, millions of dollars of assets and stuff like that, but yet they're still grumpy. Like they don't feel soul, like
mm,
rich in the soul, basically. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and like that's what scares me about, like, if I ever like put myself out there enough to become that.
Mm.
Like I've always, like, we never had a lot growing up. We had enough. We were like kind of well off to begin with. And I realized quickly that it wasn't about the stuff you had, like whether it was assets, money, or anything like that. It was just about community mostly, and just the people around you who you were spending your time with, and little things like that that made you more rich than assets and money actually could. Because I saw a lot of rich people growing up, and they did not have it together emotionally at all. If
Yeah.
anything, the more money that some people had, the more empty they became, and it was like, cool, I can fix all my problems at the drop of a hat, but it
Mm.
doesn't actually fix the solution. It's not a solution to the problem.
Yeah, it doesn't create a solution at all.
No.
It doesn't even like, because money reveals you for what you really are.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of
It's
money and you're miserable, then
mm,
you're going to be miserable with money. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So,
definitely. As it's questionable mentioning his name at the moment, I think, because of all the controversy. But Diddy and Biggie had the song "More Money, More Problems."
yeah, absolutely. I'm a big believer in it's only a problem if somebody makes it a problem.
100%. And like, to piggyback what you were saying before as well, like I feel like our parents or mentors have a duty of care to us to also be realistic of expectations. To be like, here is, you can go do this, but like you should probably think about something that's actually going to be meaningful, as well as that's going to like provide you food, or anything
Yeah.
like that, and be able to do what you love on the side of that, because you shouldn't just pack it away and never do it again, because you lose your meaning in life otherwise.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, look, because at the end of the day, Beza, anyone can go get a job.
Oh,
Anyone
thousand
can go
percent,
make the money, right?
1000%.
But at the same time, it's like, well, how what are we doing to build a career
Mm,
while we have a job, you know? Because
mm,
even with me, like I'm always networking 24/7. Like it's like I'm working 24/7, right?
thousand
I'm
percent, brother.
networking. I'm always doing around. I'm always either at gigs or events and stuff like that, getting myself out there as much as possible. And then while I'm even there are moments where like I'm at work and I'm just silently being on my phone
Mm.
just
Yeah,
so I
quickly
can
get that networking meeting happening. My
yeah.
my old boss was good with that, because I was like doing podcast meetings and everything while I was at work, and I was like physically doing my job, but I was constantly on the phone to people,
Mhm,
just organizing things, what was going to happen musically, what
mhm.
this show was going to be. And my boss would come in and he's like, "Is this a good time? Are you off the phone?"
Yeah. Well, see, there you go. Then you're one of the lucky ones then.
I got
There you go.
really lucky working there. Shout out to Oz Merch Co. Shout out to Alex that operated Oz Merch Co. We did like Snoop Dogg's merchandise. We did Pink. We did just about everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. We
Wow,
did some
that's
cool
sick.
shit. Yeah, we
So
did
you
Derek Rose as well.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. There you go.
yeah,
So I know that you produce as well.
yeah.
So tell me about that. Like is it would you say it's easy or would you say it's very complex?
This is where, like, if I was to tell someone it was easy, it's easy for me to an extent,
Mm,
because it's kind of like what I was saying before. Like, everyone told me I was born to do it, so I never believed that I couldn't do it. And so, like, because I never learned traditionally how to play any instruments that I can play. I just figured it out. I just got given a guitar, got given a piano. I figured it out. And
mm,
so it's not hard for me to go create something unless I like don't really listen to that type of music. Then it gets a bit tricky.
mhm,
But I started producing out of necessity, because I just like couldn't find the sounds that were happening in my head from any other producer.
mm,
And so I was like, I already had the beat kind of like in my head, and this is like my schizophrenia talking. And it's just like I could always hear the music at all times, and it just would not shut off. And so instead of going to look for a producer to go make this beat that I couldn't explain because I didn't know how to, I just figured out a way to make it.
mm.
So it can be very tricky to get the exact sound that's in my head, but normally I'm on the right direction because I've been listening to it in my head for about a month, a year, however long, because it just gets stuck in your head.
Yeah. And that's where what I've always found very interesting, especially when it comes to producers, where there's a beat that they can hear in their heads,
Mm.
and whether it's come out of nowhere or even comes out like outside, like you just if you're outside, you're going for a walk somewhere, and all of a sudden you hear this noise, and then now it's like you've replayed that sound in your head and it turns into a beat.
Yeah.
Like that like it's the most creative shit ever, in my honest opinion. And then now it's
Yeah.
like you have to run to the studio to get that sound and then
Mm.
put it on the thing, and then that's when we're good to go. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Thousand
how
percent.
yeah, so how does that so tell me a beat that you tell me a bit. Tell me like a beat that you heard in your head or even outside, and you had to like you were so not stressed out, but like kind of like you were in a rush to just go to the studio and just make it. Like what was that? Tell me that experience.
So I've never like been in a rush to make beats, because
Yeah.
like I always, whenever I have an idea and it gets stuck in my head for a period of time, I always whip out my notes. No, not notes. My voice recorder on my phone, and I like hum the beat or like whatever, and then I literally lay every part down. So like if there's a trumpet part, I'll do the trumpet part into my phone and be like, "Yep, it's cool. This is the trumpet part."
Mm,
Guitar, I'll try and mimic the guitar sound however the best I can.
Yeah.
bass, I'll do the bass, and like literally like I'll have stems in my voice notes for the
Mm.
beat already.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the drum pattern, cool, I've got that. And then so whenever I do eventually get to the studio, I'll listen over to that and then bam, just lay it out that way. But
Wow.
one of the beats that I did for that, I guess, was IV because I had an idea because I heard a piano somewhere, or maybe I didn't hear a piano and I just heard it in my head.
Yeah.
But I heard the exact sound that I ended up using for IV,
Mm.
and then the rest of the beat came, and I was sitting on the beat for so long. I had no idea what to do with the song though. Like
Yeah.
I've got so many beats just sitting there, but this is one example of like a beat that I knew I was 1,000% going to use.
Okay.
Like I loved the beat. Everyone that hears the song is just like, this beat is slaps.
Well, if that's the case, if it does slap, why put it on the shelf? Why?
Because I didn't have the lyrics yet. I didn't have the story yet. And
I
so like
see.
yeah, so with a lot of my beat making, it's like, cool, here's a bunch of beats, but like beats only do so much for me. By the end of the day, I am a lyricist and storyteller. So like I could show you thousands of beats that I've made. I know I've got like 2,000 sitting on my cloud right now.
Mm. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's honestly stupid.
But I mean, so it's mostly because like you can't find lyrics for specific beats. Is that the part that
It's
makes it hard?
more it's more I don't have the vision for it yet. Finding
Yeah.
lyrics is pretty easy, but like I'm a big believer that like I need substance. Like I can write raps just like everyone else
Mm.
whenever.
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer in having there needs to be a reason for why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. Otherwise it just becomes another song. And so like
Mm.
maybe it's just my own like perfectionism brain, but I just need something there to make it feel real.
Mm.
Otherwise it becomes just another song. So I
Yeah.
need to fall in love with it as much as like whoever else may listen to it at some point.
Okay. So you have to basically feel the music and let the lyrics come to you in order to create that sound. And if it doesn't,
Yeah.
then obviously you can't use it.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that as well, because like I don't always
Mm.
make the beats first. Majority of the time I actually
Okay.
have the lyrics first.
Right. Which I was going to ask, like, do you, when it comes to making music, do you have to listen to the beats first or have to get the lyrics first?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's case
It's
by
lyric.
case.
Okay.
Yeah, case by case. So like for a good example is a song I haven't released it yet.
Hmm.
It's either called On the Low or Perform. I haven't decided which one it's going to be called yet.
Okay.
But I was singing the chorus for this song in my head for like a year and a half.
Hmm.
And it got stuck in my head to a point where I was like, fuck it, I need to actually write it down now
Yeah.
so that way I can remember it. And so I had a full verse and I had a hook.
Mm.
Didn't have a beat for it. Then one day I'm sitting there making a beat, as I was at that period of time, and it was a Bryson Tiller type beat vibe, and then all of a sudden I've just like found the melody in the song, and it goes
Mm.
boom 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 boom, and I was like,
Huh?
oh shit. This is the beat that I've needed for that song that I've been sitting on for nearly 2 years.
Oh wow. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Oh. So eventually it all comes to you eventually.
Yeah, that's why
Wow.
I'm a big believer in trusting the process.
Yeah.
I don't rush something. Like I can make songs happen. Like a good example of that is my song Eyes Closed that I did with No Future. Like he sent me a beat and I instantly had a song ready. I like
Oh wow.
I was hearing the beat and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna write this down. Within 2 days I had the full song recorded sent to him and I was like, yeah, cool, here you go. And he's like, He's like, this is the quickest anyone's ever sent me a song. I'm like, I think this is the quickest I've ever like done a song.
Yeah.
I'm like, it
Wow.
doesn't normally happen like this for me, but it was like
Yeah.
everything just like fell into place so quickly, and I was just like, yeah, this was
Well,
meant to happen.
would you say that you've learned to really just trust yourself in that process?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I don't rush songs. Like I got I've got 75 songs that are like 95% finished that I could drop right now, but I'm not like that 5% is the am
Yeah.
I ready for that song to be ready?
Well, that's
Mm.
it. Because again, it might be like a creative thing where
I think
you're
it's a
just
perfectionism thing. Yeah.
yeah, the perfectionism thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, but then, which raises the question, right? As much as us creatives are on the perfectionism side, when is that moment to release? If we're
If you
so
can
perfectionists and we're always
mm,
changing shit all the time and be like, nah, I don't know, da,
mm.
da, da. When is it when was the moment for you to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna drop it?
I get to that point when I
Yeah.
can listen to the song.
Okay.
If I can listen to it and it's a song, like if I can press play and all the ideas that I had about the song are there,
Hmm.
even if
Okay.
it's not like 1,000% perfect. If I
Yeah.
can press play and hear basically everything that I wanted to be there, it's done. And then I'm like, cool, okay, this is ready. Drop it.
Right.
Some of my
Okay.
songs, I'm missing like 2 bars, and I'm just like, I will get back to that. And then
Yeah.
my ADHD brain looks at it, and I'm just like, that's a future Bailey problem.
Yeah. That's a future Bailey problem. I like that.
Yeah,
Now, obviously you've got a partner, you've got kids as
hmm
well. As you said, you mentioned you had kids' birthdays recently.
yeah,
Um,
July. Yep.
Now tell me about keeping the balance between being an artist and being a father.
Mm,
Does it get hard at times?
no, I think it gets harder to be the artist more than the father because
Okay.
like it's more just like finding the time to do music. Like for a long time, I always put other people's music before mine
Mm,
for like a good lot of years. Like when I started
yeah.
doing producing and shit like that,
Yeah.
I was like, and it's part of the reason why I sit on my music for so long because I'm just like, yeah, cool, I'll get to it. I'm
Yeah.
not stressed about it because I was too busy like trying to make money and getting other people's music done or like working like 2 different or 3 different jobs doing all this other stuff. And so when the kids came around and blessing in disguise when I kind of took out my hands and I was home a
Mm,
lot more.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was more a matter of, okay, the kids are in bed. Am I actually going to make some music or am I just going to like wait for them to wake up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like I tried making music, but it felt too forced because it wasn't just like spare of the moment like I'm just going to jump in there and see what happens. It was like cool, here is a time frame, this is work.
Mm,
And as much as I wanted to be that person, like that type of creative, I can't force it, unfortunately.
mm,
Yeah, like music work should be a 9 to 5 job. I'm not denying that. Like people should be
yeah.
able to jump into the studio and be like, cool, this is what I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
When I'm creating, it just does not happen like that. Recording the song, sure, I can definitely do that. I can be a 9 to 5. Like I like I like recording music at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, honestly, because like it's the freshest thing in my day. Nothing else has happened. Haven't strained my voice. Nothing. I'm normally pretty damn fresh, even if I've had 2, 3 hours sleep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So you were saying about what happened to your hands. For the people that don't know, what do you mean by what happened to your hands?
I fell on a basketball court, completely destroyed my left and right hand.
Oh, no way. So was
Yeah.
there like a full X-ray and shit like that and
Oh yeah, yeah. So I've had 2 surgeries in my left hand.
yeah. Oh
So I
wow.
broke my distal radius into 8 to 12 pieces, like just here, like you can see the
Ugh.
scar. You can see, yeah, scars just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I broke this little bit of my bone into 8 to 12 pieces. There's no cartilage in my left hand. I
Oh
got
wow.
so much arthritis in this hand and this hand as well. So I broke 3 carpals in this hand and no surgeries, no nothing, just lots of scar tissue in both. And we're
Man.
balling.
So does it always hurt every time like you're
Yeah,
moving your hands around?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Just hurts all the time, even when they're not moving. Like it's just part of arthritis, really.
Oh
And so
wow.
like it makes
Man.
it hard making music now because like I can't play guitar for as long as I once did. Like I used to be able to play for hours and now it's like
Yeah.
I think I'm up to playing for 20 minutes a day,
Okay.
which isn't too bad
Mm-hmm.
compared to what I was. There was a time period last year where I was only able to play guitar for 5 minutes.
Oh wow.
And that was the whole day. So
Man,
now
that's
I'm up to about 20 and if I push 40 minutes, I can't do anything else for the rest of the day.
real like they lose their
Yeah.
strength, like loses the strength
Yeah, yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
your
So like
time is
I'll
best.
yeah, so I'm like All Might if anyone's seen My Hero Academia. I've got like 3 hero duties for the day and then I'm spent.
Yeah. So you have to use that wisely and like yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And most like does that ever get stressful because sometimes you have to hold one of your kids and just trying to calm the baby down.
What I will say with holding my kids is it's
Hmm.
all elbows now.
Yeah, 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 okay.
No hands. Like they just like I'll sit them in this part of my arm
Yeah.
to like minimize my hand usage as much as I possibly can.
Okay.
Yeah, so there
Oh
was a
wow.
time period where like I could cook 1 meal a day and that would be it. Now I can cook like 2 or 3 times a day and it's kind of okay as long as I don't like it's not too heavy or I hurt myself during.
Mm.
But yeah, it's nice and fun. It
Wow.
is it is what it is.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Mm.
Man, that's crazy. Like,
We
and
still
that's
balling though.
that's good. Well, hey, that's a
We still
positive.
balling. We still
That's that
balling.
that's the positive. That's the positive side of
Mm.
things. I like that. Um, so yeah, so now when it comes to, well, does it affect you? Because you're saying that you can't play instruments as long as you used to. What about like being in the studio? Does that affect it the same thing as
Oh,
well?
yes and no. It's more just like my hands will cramp up if I'm like using a keyboard and mouse too long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like it'll get really stiff and then I'll just I take regular breaks. I take like a break every 10 minutes from like using my mouse or keyboard or anything like that. Can't
Hmm.
type anywhere near as fast as I used to,
Yeah.
but it's not too bad for the most part because I'm mostly just listening. Like
Yeah.
when doing mixing or anything like that, and it's just like making micro changes, this, that, the other. As long as I'm not like stuck at the computer for 2 hours constantly doing something, then it's not too bad.
Oh, I
Mm.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
In saying that, I still do like a lot of graphic design work, and I've just done 2 pages for a magazine of one of my good friends, Jay. They're Liberate Community. They're doing a Zion magazine for mental health and artists. And
Hmm.
so I did a little genius panel for 2 different artists. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. So,
Yeah.
so when it first happened, obviously
Mm.
when you had the surgery and stuff like that,
I got a
did
funny
that
story
ever?
about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, like, did it have that moment for you where you're just like, all right, fucking, I can't feel like I can't do anything. I can't write anything. I can't do anything. Like, did that ever put you in a dark place, especially at the very early stages of whatever happened to your hands?
I'll tell a funny story first, and then
Okay.
I'll tell you the moment where I realized, oh shit, I actually got pretty dark there.
Yeah.
So a week after my first surgery. So this
Mm-hmm.
was January 2024. And
Mm-hmm.
so I just come out of surgery. I didn't get told by the surgeon any information of what I could or couldn't do after this. There I was. This hand was in a splint, and this hand was in a full-on cast because it just had a surgery. Freshie, Oz the Globe, was putting on a show.
Mm.
I went and performed at this show with Mr. Congo, ACP, who else was there? J Bob, Freshie, Ridzy. There were so many of us. Dread was there. A lot of us were at this show.
Mm.
I was helping run the show. I was coordinating everything, and I had a 20-minute set on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
There I was. There's photos of me there too, and I'm like full on stage, cast, splint, hold microphones, going back and forth between both my hands. A week later, or maybe like 4 days after, I go to have my first appointment with the surgeons, and they're just like, "So you're not allowed to hold anything. You're not allowed to hold your phone. You're on tendon watch." And I was like,
Wow.
"What?"
Yeah.
I was like, I was just on stage with a microphone like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
I was on so much.
Wow.
I was on so much endone at the time too. They're like, I don't remember that January or February very much either.
Wow.
But yeah, there I was holding a microphone, performing, doing my thing as much as I possibly could with all the pain that I was in.
Yeah. Jesus.
And then yeah, I got told I wasn't allowed to hold my phone for 7 months, but they were just like, obviously you've done both hands, so you're gonna have to. They're like, you shouldn't be doing it, but you should just do it because you're gonna have nothing to do.
Yeah. Wow. Damn.
About 6 months in, we Shannon and I, because we're big Marvel heads, we were watching Doctor Strange again. And
Okay.
obviously Doctor Strange goes through his car accident, destroys both of his hands in the car accident, and
Yes.
he's like, if I was my surgeon fixing my hands, they would be fixed
Yeah.
because he was marked as the best surgeon. And
Yeah.
then he went into his depression hole, and I turned to Shannon because I was just like going through my own PTSD watching it. I'm just like, I got this bad, didn't I?
Yeah.
And she said, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, you
Yeah.
got exactly where he is now. And so
Fuck.
I was watching that movie, and it was just a big eye opener for like what I was doing during that time. And I was just like, wow, this is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it was hard to come to terms with at first. And then after
Mhm.
that 7 months of being on tendon watch, the surgeon goes, cool, you're cleared to do everything. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was just like, sorry, what? I'm
Yeah.
cleared. I'm cleared to do everything. Then I went to the hand therapy session, and I was just like, you can't even open a drink bottle.
Yeah.
How are you cleared
The
to do
fuck?
everything? Yeah,
That makes no sense. How do they
yeah.
tell you? Oh, okay.
Because like the
I swear
bone,
these
the bones
doctors,
and yeah,
these
bones have
doctors
healed.
seriously they've got some questions to freaking answer to be honest.
Yeah, so the bones and
Swear.
everything healed, and they were just like, yeah, cool, go into the deep end. And the hand therapy guys were like, sorry, but no. They're laughing at me, and I was just like, sorry, nah, you can't even like, you can't bounce a ball if you wanted to. You can't do this, and this. They're just like, here's some more like exercises that we can do to bring your hands up to speed.
Yeah.
But it was like, sorry, they told you should go back to work.
Yeah. And then they're like, nah, you can't even do that.
Nah, this is a year ago now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like then I saw a different hand surgeon, and he was like, cool. He basically told me, he was just like, we're just going for quality of life at this point. We're just
Yeah.
trying to get you to do everything that you can possibly do the best you can do it. He's like,
Yeah.
whether it is like doing new music for X amount of time a day, spending
Yeah.
time with your kids.
Mm.
But yeah, so this will be the last thing about my hands, and then we'll move on to music stuff again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. But my next surgery that I've been recommended that I'm not going to get is I was meant to have cartilage replacement surgery where they were going to cut into my knee to
Okay.
take a little bit of cartilage and put it into my wrist.
Right.
And they said, look, we don't necessarily want to cut into a good knee because there's X amount of chance that your knee's going to get fried. And then
Oh my
there's
God.
also only a little bit of chance that your wrist is actually going to be any better than what it was beforehand.
Oh my God. Wow.
So I'm saying no to that surgery.
Fucking
I'm on the
hell.
waiting list for it. When they call, I'm just going to say, sorry, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Fair enough.
I've just been doing like group strengths and whatever exercises the hand therapist gave me to try and get up to speed. But hey, we bowling. I
Yeah.
still
Hey, we're still falling.
I can shoot hoops for like 20 minutes a day as long as I don't catch a ball.
Ah, well, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh man. But I mean, look. At least it shows that you haven't 100% given up, because there's always those people that they've got a very traumatic experience with something that they've gone through, or there's something that has happened to them, and they're just like, oh well, this is my life now, and then there's no
Mm.
point in me doing anything else, and da da da
I
da. But it's
was
like, no.
yeah, I was like that for a good period of time where I was like, nah,
So
I
how
don't
did
know
you
what I'm
snap out of
doing.
it?
Um, it was when I realized the things I could still do,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just focused on that.
Mm.
So it was like kind of digging yourself out of a hole instead of because like as I think I said this when we were with Jamie on one of the Wednesday nights we had our thing. People are
Mm.
so like drawn into the negatives because they're so easy to look at because it's like, yeah, cool. They're so in our face that it's so easy to be negative about something. Whereas like when you remember what the positives are, and so like, sure, I can't play guitar for as long as I used to, but I still can.
Yeah.
Not the same as what I did before,
Yeah.
but I've still got that chance to be able to relearn how to do it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so like taking those positives and being like, yeah, cool. There's still stuff that we can work with. So like I've gone from being able to drive for 5 minutes before my hands let go of the steering wheel
Okay.
to now being able to drive for about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes.
Okay.
So like
Oh, wow.
it's been a long time, but we're slowly getting there. And it's also like I don't know how much I can do. Like I try and do as much as I can, but it's I still don't know what I can do without hurting myself now because like I've come so far and it's some of it's fear like am I too scared to do this thing because I couldn't do
Yeah.
it 2 months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so
Interesting.
it's just digging yourself out, focusing on what you can do and not what you can't do.
Correct. Yeah. Well, I mean, but I'm very sure you'll get there, bro.
Oh,
I mean,
100%. Hey, I can still sing into a microphone.
yes.
That's my career right there.
There. Well, there you go. Now, going back to music, right? I want to ask you, what makes a great artist in your opinion?
Mm, this is a tough question because like there's many different types of artists, and so
Hmm.
like there's people that write lyrics, and so like someone can tell the best story ever, but it also doesn't make them the best artist ever.
That's true.
If I was to pinpoint someone who I think is a fantastic artist, I would like some names I could throw out there is like a Pharrell Williams, someone that is willing to do whatever their brain thinks of instead of just what the rules are
Mm.
and just goes out there and makes something special. That is what makes a great artist. It's
Okay.
not being confounded to this is what I've been told to do this thing
Mm.
and this is the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
Like when I think of the Neptunes, they went, cool, we have a fantastic understanding of how to make music, but what can we do to push it even further?
Yeah.
So another great artist that I can think of like that is Tyler the Creator.
Mm,
And it was a
absolutely.
matter of don't label me as a hip hop artist, don't label me as a rapper. I am more than that. He's like, I am an artist.
Yeah.
And look at him now. He did the soundtrack for the animated Grinch movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone from Yonkers to a Flower Boy.
Mm-hmm.
So many levels of being just a great, talented artist,
Mm.
more than just musician as well.
Yeah, like
And
he's
yeah,
been, especially when it comes to his creativity as well. Like he
he
doesn't limit.
directs. Yeah, he directs. He
Yeah.
writes scripts. He does
Mm.
everything. It's not just
Yeah.
like pigeonholing yourself into you can only do music.
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell that he loves to learn. He loves to,
Mm.
he loves to really just, get his skills out there and really just like learn to do
Thousand
different things
percent.
because they will play a massive role
Mm.
in the world of creativity, in the world of being an
1000%.
artist.
Mm.
And then it creates something different, you know what I mean? And that's where he really enjoys it. Like he doesn't, because most like he doesn't really care about like the money or fame or anything like that.
No.
He just wants to have a good time. He wants to do his music.
Mm.
He wants to ride a skateboard, you know, and that's it, and that's
Yeah.
something that's what I feel a lot of artists are forgetting sometimes because it's like just be an artist, like
Mm.
be the artist that whatever that means to you, not to the
Mm.
rest of the world.
Thousand
Just
percent.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Just as you said before, like, based on like the rules or whatever, a lot of people are doing it because of the rules. Where it's like, well, if you're doing it on rules, that defeats the purpose of being a creative.
1000%. And so like, sure, you can aspire to make a hit record or a viral video or whatever. But when you're doing it for you
Mm,
and you as the person doing it just for you go viral or you become the hit. So like a good thing that I love this quote from Tech Nine. He said, Tech Nine will never go mainstream, mainstream will go tech.
mm, absolutely.
And so it's a matter of doing your great thing until people realize your greatness.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Because I've been hanging out with a lot of artists probably in the past, we'll say 3 years
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah.
Going on the third year, I would say. No, sorry. Yeah, we'll say 2.5 years, 2.5 years. And and I've realized that there's different types of artists. There are ones that basically use the stage like it's their therapy thing,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
then they're in their world, they're in their element on stage, but it just feels like they're a completely different person off the stage because now that the lights are off, you know, and then there are people that are like they love to perform because they want, they just want to get their music out there and receive. I wouldn't say validation, but just like the currency, which is the applause, not the money, the
Mm.
applause. And you also have ones that you know are just you can just tell that they're not fit to be artists, but they just do it because whether they're followers or they're just doing it because just cause you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you can definitely point those the like the hip hop artists or like the hip hop musicians
Mm,
from like the multifaceted artists that are just like,
mm,
yeah, cool. This is what I live, breathe, and eat.
mm.
I sleep and do everything for this thing.
Yeah.
Or this is all I know how to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
where someone says "go die in a hole," and one says artists and creators are enigmas. Can't put labels when there's no label. There's no label fitting.
And it's
Yeah,
1000% accurate.
yeah,
1000% accurate. Shout out to
yeah.
Liz.
And and it's right. I mean, but that's why that's why I love to ask the question. And I'm going to ask you the same question: is that why do you do music?
to tell my story and to tell the others tell the story of others that can't tell theirs.
Okay.
And it's all I've known how to do my whole life. Like
Okay.
music is everything to me.
So you
Like
know how to
I
tell. So you know how to tell a story from someone else's story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So like I think I've done that in a couple songs. Maybe not
Hmm.
posted, but I've
Hmm.
definitely told the story of other people's specific perspectives and like put it into a first person perspective. Sure, whatever.
Hmm.
Maybe not. Depends on the song and what it calls for. But there's definitely stories that I can tell of other people's that it'll be their story and not my story.
Yeah. But obviously you're basically the,
Catalyst.
yeah, you could
Mm,
be even like what I like to call the narrator that
mm.
rhymes, that tells the story.
Yeah. Pharrell Williams in the Grinch animated movie
Well, yeah,
is
that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a vivid example. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's great. So outside of music, what does Bayza Leslie do in order to center himself from the noise of the world?
Outside of music. So
Mm.
I'm a big artist, like I draw a lot.
Hmm.
I was nearly a tattooist when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yep, yep. That's a different timeline. What else do I do? I game quite a bit
Yeah, yeah.
when I get the opportunity. Uh, just communicate with people as much as I possibly can. Outside of music, now I'm slowly becoming an AOD counselor, so like an alcohol and other drug counselor.
Nice.
I'm doing some studies in that. I've helped a few people get off substances over years of my life, and so I figured I may as well actually jump into the field and help people outside of the circle that I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So how
What else do
does
I do?
yeah.
Oh, no, no, you go. Yeah.
No, no, you go. You're still finishing.
I was just gonna list off more shit. I can
Yeah,
sit
go
here and
for
do
it.
that all
List
day.
them
No,
all.
no,
List them all, bro.
it's all right. It's all right. I can do that all day. What were you gonna say?
Well, when you are a counselor about
Mm,
alcohol and drugs and stuff like that, would you say that there is some music inspiration behind that? Because obviously, when it comes to music, it will touch somebody. It will touch a soul.
mm,
And by you being a counselor for these types of people, would you say there's some inspiration in music there, because obviously those
mm,
types of people would want to feel understood, and the music would like to touch their souls and stuff like that. Would you say that what you do is also has its elements of creating types of music as well?
Yeah. So like for example, like if I'm to think about two of my songs that I've released now, so like I've put a lot of what I will be doing in the AOD work when I get there outside of my
Hmm.
studies when I finish all of that.
Hmm.
It's already in my music. So like for example, in a song with my good friends Ridzy Ray and Dread,
Hmm.
one of my verses that I put in, maybe I say as I walk down this lonely road, my friends have all overdosed. Even though we're no longer close, I really do hope they cope. And so, like, I touch on the stories of other people there, as well as telling my own story and how their stories affected me. And so, like, even in Eyes Closed, I speak about selling dreams to dope fiends, and like how OGs told me to roam free and little things like that. I can't remember the exact quote
Yeah.
from Eyes Closed, but that's basically summarizing my second verse. And like I've been at like I say I've been at rock bottom, trap houses, um, rock yeah, I've been at rock bottom, trap houses, block problems, lost dollars, cops knocking, hot problems, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like I already know what they've been through, even though I was sober in the situation. And I have another song that will come out eventually called Dole Bludgers and Blown Budgets.
Okay.
It's a fantastic song. You would have heard it live at one of my shows, I'm pretty sure. It's where I go, like, ever live inside a crack house? The only one that's sober, you can bet I'm getting bad mouthed inside this fucking madhouse.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
I think it was one of the Donkey Man Records
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cosmic Connection show that Congo and I
Yes.
did there.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Well, there you go, bro.
Yeah, so like I've already put a lot of that into the music, but I feel like part of the reason why I wanted to get into it as well is from the artists that I see go through that as well. Because like part of the goal doing like counseling for people that are abusing substances or anything like that, it's not always abstinence.
Mm.
It's more a thing of can we do it in a less harmful way? Like sobriety is not the end goal for everyone,
Yeah.
but it's what can we put in place to help them live their best life
Mm.
while like being able to go out and drink socially one day or not be able to drink socially and just completely cut off and go out to social environments where people are drinking
Hmm.
or minimize the amount they use of a certain substance, whatever substance it may be, because like
Yeah.
yeah, we can't always expect people to like get off and completely abstain from whatever they're using.
Mm.
And just because someone's sober doesn't mean they don't partake in other things.
Yeah.
Like sobriety or abstinence comes down to whatever was affecting their life the most. And so
Yeah.
like it's just a little cautionary for whoever is watching that has substance abuse issues.
Mm.
So for example, we'll take someone that's addicted to methamphetamines and
Mm.
it's affected their life and they need to basically get off because they've lost connection with family, whether it's their own children, their mums, dads, partners. They can't function at work or little things like that. It's whether it's bringing them off that substance and maybe they still partake in cannabis
Yeah.
because that gives them their their like sense of getting high, but in a less harmful way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
it's
whether
interesting.
they have a drink or two throughout the year, whatever. But yeah,
Oh,
it
wow.
is a very person centered practice,
Okay.
and so yeah, whatever fits their goal or their narrative of whatever they vision being a part of a healthy part of society is. That's what like I will eventually cater to.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. That's sick. Well, you're doing. Well, it shows that you're doing a great thing, bro. You're giving these people hope. You're giving, you're giving
Mm.
wisdom and stuff like that, which is very, very important. And so, so this is going to be the final question because we do have to wrap this up soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all right.
Um, what's next for Bayza? What is next?
So next up, I have a song with my good friends Kang and Gerard called Focus.
Okay.
Yep, that'll come out whenever I finish. I've just got to get a couple more voice messages
Mm-hmm.
to add into that. Good old
Yeah. Nice.
Labzy.
Uh-huh.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
whenever you get around to doing that. And I think I'm waiting for two other people to send me some voice notes for that too, about what Focus is, just to remind you about that.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
Yeah, so just waiting for a couple little things, and then that song's basically done. Um, Tonight you can catch me at Documan Records. I'll be doing the sound for Mocha, and a few other dope artists. You can catch me in Documan there. We're doing a fun little thing at the Documan headquarters.
Which is located in Rowville.
Rowville, yeah, southeast of Melbourne.
Uh-huh.
Come down if you're located in the southeast. Come out and show out. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, and I do. I definitely got to go to get down over there before I fly out to Egypt as well in October because
Mm,
obviously I'm seeing everybody. To be honest, I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
squeeze in everybody as well
that's
as
all
other
right.
events and shit. So I'm just like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, bro.
Also on I'll get on my calendar. I'm pretty sure it's the 25th
Uh-huh.
of September. You can
Uh-huh.
find me at Walker Street Gallery. 27th, sorry, 27th of September. You can find me at the Walker Street Gallery for an Our Beat event as well.
Hmm.
It's a little community event where we put local acts on. Yeah, so I'm helping Congo out with that, with the lineup, and just go on a show support. Come down to that. What else is on the cards
Where's
for
that going
me?
to be?
That's in Dandenong at the Walker Street Gallery.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So
All right.
that's on Walker Street in Dandenong.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Well,
look out for more music from me. I'll post updates. Yeah.
all right. Love that, man. Well, that's it for me. Was there anything else you wanted to add? Anything you wanted to talk about yourself?
No, we're gonna go play some Mario Kart later on today or tomorrow.
Yeah. No, you know what? Let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it
We'll do it
Sunday.
tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow.
Done deal. All right. Well, Bayza, we'll wrap it up here, bro. And I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me, man.
Hey,
And
thank you for having me.
have no worries, bro. You know, bro. You're. And I will say this, right? You are one of my biggest supporters as well. And
Mm,
and
damn straight.
you've also watched me grow. You've also watched me interview some of the biggest guests as well.
Mm-hmm.
And man, but I do want to say I thank you, bro. I really appreciate you. And yeah,
I appreciate
that's
you for letting me be part of the journey.
yeah, hell yeah, bro. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. And yeah, bro. So I really can't wait to see you to do some big great things yourself, bro. And I'll be here
Yeah.
for it. I'll be here
Hey,
for it.
that's all we can do, isn't it?
Yeah, man. But we'll wrap it up here, bro. We'll enjoy the rest of the weekend, bro. Go
You
hard.
too.
Good luck tonight as well. Unfortunately, I won't be there because there's
Oh, that's
also
all
other
right.
events I've gone to. But yeah, and also this will be on YouTube and Spotify. If not next week, because I know I've got a big weekend. If not, I'll probably do it on the Sunday next week. So yeah,
It's
all
all right.
right.
Whatever. All right. Easy. Thank you, Labzy. Peace,
And
peace.
I want to say thank you for all the people that have joined in. Please go follow Bayza and keep up to date with all his music and also the events he'll be a part of. And yeah, all right. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Enjoy.
Easy. Peace,
See
peace.
you, Bayza.
Peace out. Enjoy it.